Wonderful day to you out there where they watch and listen to us for Christ said radio and television, where your matter now we own. We don't come again with another edition of Know Your Rights. And for today, I want to make you imagine a situation where elections show political agents quietly waka come meet you. Iyan small near you say, vote for our party and collect 10,000 naira. If you check very well, the recent Ekiti state governorship election, now something like this happened. Another person promised bags of rice. Another one, free transport. Another say, take the money. Everybody they collect them now. Ask yourself, now open hand, where they call generosity, now in be this, abi na crime. Shey voter fit collect punishment for collecting this money or this goods them. Shey politician go fit go prison for buying votes. If nobody report all of these matters, who they protect our democracy? And the biggest question of everything, when we sell our votes, wetin we dey sell exactly? Good governance, our future, or just one day for polling units? That's now our focus on top Know Your Rights today. Vote buying and selling, wetin the law talk. For this enlightening edition, where we dey talk the law, they empower Nigerians with the mind and knowledge where they need to join for everything responsible inside our democracy. My name na Princess Anyana. And as Naija people, they move to another election cycle. Political campaign don't begin the show. Communities don't dey busy. Candidates don't dey find support. Promises they go right, left, and center to our voters then. But sometimes e get some practices where they threaten the election to dey pure or our democracy to stand. One of them now vote buying, vote selling. Plenty Naija people don't see situations where they go give food, they go give cash, they go give clothes, they go give building materials and other gifts so that e go turn the mind, e go change how people go take votes. Some dey see am as normal politics. Others feel say na help. But wetin law actually talk about these things? Na only politicians commit offense? Abi even voters fit dey held responsible? Who get the work to touchlight all of these matters? How country people go fit say no and still protect themselves? And why it is hard for us to dey see them they handle cases like this and they convict the case of offenders then? Better lawyer we get experience on top all of these matters. Now we carry enter studio today. Now him go carry us through the legal process, explain our responsibilities as country people, and still help us understand why to protect the integrity of our votes, they protect the future of our democracy. Welcome to the program, Justice Oga Esquire.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, say you always honor us whenever we invite you.
You're welcome.
All right, so you don't hear almost everything now. We don't dey talk, we don't dey yarn, we don't give points. But for viewers, we just dey watch us or they listen. When we say vote buying, when we say vote selling, wetin exactly we dey talk?
Okay. Lately, I don't even try to bring everything together and make it simple for people like ordinary market women and all. It's just they like buying and selling. Like I come market, I say give me 1 cup of garri. I will do it in. I must give you money before you give me that 1 cup of garri. And now the simple structure of that one, that's something is changing hands from one person to another person. Now we'll even take them back to the time where even money never come involved. When in those period of time, which would they get? And I say, okay, I get yam, you give me cassava.
Trade
because
by
I
barter.
trade by barter. I actually need them. So vote buying and selling generally, people think say it involves only money exchanging hands. So now one point where I need to clear out, say no be only money need to move hand before you call them vote buying. Because I fit decide, say, okay, see this my say my phone. I want to give you this phone. Help me vote this particular person.
Wow.
I don't buy your vote like that, and you go ahead to do that. That's an exchange in law. Now, wetin we dey call quid pro quo, like
Do me, I do you.
something
Do
for
for me, I do for
something.
oh,
Yeah, something
something
for
for
something.
something.
So when you look the scenario now, you see say the voter gets something to give, while the other person gets something to receive at the end. Now, why things have to change hand? But we go ask ourselves one question: say, now only two people they involved generally. Sometimes they pass two persons, because I fit be candidate and I get agents, and you be voter. So now we have tripartite
Arranging.
exactly. So there is a voter, there is an agent, there is a contestant.
Okay.
So in a situation where I don't maybe give directive, even if I no give directive, people say, okay, they want make I win by all means. So they say it dey happen well for Nigeria. Say, okay, this person are from either my tribe, or this person they go my church, or they attend the same mosque. So this person must win. So they go take them upon themselves to ensure say that particular person becomes the winner in an election. And how is this done? Now, how we say, okay, they will take all means necessary steps to ensure say that person emerges as a winner. Decide say, okay, if na money then get, they go give you. Some go even promise you, say, okay, I get yam for my farm. After this election, I will give you yam, so number of yam. If you vote this particular person, that is still vote buying. Means say that person don't sell in. It's easy to say that the person has sold his conscience, right? Because you know even they certain say now that particular political party, that person won't vote. But because something is involved, when person don't buy you, even now why then go say everybody has a price. You understand? If you look for Abuja now, if you give persons 5,000 naira, say vote for this person go look am as it's not worth it. Why do I need, what will 5,000 naira do for me? But people they will need that money. Maybe say if you offer them 5,000 naira, it be like say you don't offer them millions to a person we need that particular amount of money, because of how the economic situation is. So in that situation, you see something has changed hands. There's been a movement from one person to another. Just like how I talk, say it's not always the case that it's between two persons.
Yes.
I fit give directive to my agent.
Yes.
I know they involve, but my agent go carry out that responsibility. Or my agent or supporters can on their own say, okay, we want this person to win. They go ahead to prove all these things in the process of vote buying or selling. So now, so it be generally say, okay, you get something to offer me, I also get something to offer you, for us to achieve an end result.
Okay.
You understand? So that end result now say make you vote in my favor. So I fit give you money, I fit give you some other material substances that does not necessarily means it is money. That is me buying your vote and you selling your vote because you have something to achieve at the end of the day.
Okay, so anything where person do to another person, either as the politician, that's the contender himself, or somebody do on his behalf, where even if na money, or even if na food, or even if na cloth, or even if na arrangement for your area, as long as you do it with that mind of say, as I dey do this thing, oh, vote me.
Exactly.
Now they call vote buying, vote selling.
Vote buying, yes.
So what is the difference now between the vote buying and the gifting? Because what if this person just can't do, yes, they contest, but he not tell you say vote for me, but you come, you do good thing for your side. And you now can't go vote him. Though indirectly, that thing we do. Maybe underground influence you. Can you call that vote buying and selling?
Yes.
Even though you know explicit say, as I do this thing, vote for me.
Now, we will ask ourselves certain questions for clarification. Now, when was all this done? You understand? Say some people will come polling units on the day of election, can't decide to be good people where they not be good people before. Is a matter of influence. Now, whether you coin them as gifts is influencing your decision at that point in time. So money generally should not change hands, not just money. There shouldn't be any form of influence on the day of election. Or if maybe now proud to election period where we can tag it as campaign, say, okay, I don't go campaign, I don't explain, say I won't do this thing. Then maybe when I dey go, I say, okay, all of una for this community, I take this one, take buy water. That is a different scenario. Yes, we can look at it as a different scenario, because at that point in time, the person can still have the mindset of not even voting for you. Something can occur because that's still a period of campaign. You understand?
Yes.
So it's a period of campaign. So I try to buy you to come to my side, not like I'm influencing you right away.
Yes.
But I'm trying to preach. If I feel put on that way, say I try to preach my own gospel.
Yes.
As a campaign period. Because if you look law generally, there's a time frame for campaign. And for instance, 24 hours to election, all campaign must end. So if there's a deadline today, there shouldn't be any form of interaction of maybe me, I try to compel you, say, okay, I'll be the best man for this job. You understand?
Yes.
So after that period of time, now person come, they try to exchange money. You can see that he's trying to induce you to vote in his favor, whether it's gift, whether you look at it as gift or anything, now inducement. So doing that, they actually try to buy your vote in that sense. But when wetin make am dey different from the other aspect is that, okay, there's a period of campaign and I have a right to campaign. And in the process of campaigning, I'm not expressly telling you that
vote for me.
I'm giving you this thing to come and vote for me. So you can categorize that as a campaign maybe strategy. You understand? Say, okay, we hold like rally.
Yes.
And after the rally, I say, okay, everybody will come here, they give a free t-shirt. That will not count as vote buying or selling, because it's a different scenario. There's it's like a strategy, right, to win your heart over. But when I come for that place, I can't say, okay, I'm giving you this t-shirt, and before I give you this t-shirt, you must vote for me. That one now don't change hand. It's no longer a campaign strategy. It's now you inducing voters to vote for you. You understand?
Yes.
So that one come make and say, okay, I dey try buy your conscience. Because if we have rallies, some people fit just come there, won't hear what you want talk. No be more say then go vote for you. You understand? So, but for me to come say, okay, before I give you this t-shirt or maybe anything we they distribute for that campaign rally, you must maybe make a promise or say you must vote for me on the day of election. That has changed hand from a campaign strategy or anything to a vote buying
inducement
or vote trading. Exactly. As we go see them for the way INEC take the talk lately.
All right. So now make we enter for the law. When it comes to matter of election, like especially where this vote buying, vote selling situation, which of our laws talk about them and wetin law actually talk about them?
Okay. Now, generally for election, we get the constitution as the ground norm. What they always talk, say every other law, they derive in power from the constitution. You understand? But outside the constitution, there is a law that governs election generally. Now, what they call Electoral Act. So anything we deal with election, now they talk about ways, strategy, INEC, how they go take arrange everything at the Electoral Act, and they give that power. So when it also comes to punishment, the Electoral Act too, they spell out certain punishments. Like when you look at the Electoral Act now, section 22, for instance, it lays out procedure for punishment. When you talk about paragraph C, when you say, okay, I dey sell vote or I dey buy vote, you see now both ways. It talks about the punishment, which goes to say that, okay, if I sell my vote, for instance now, court fit decide to fine me or I go prison for a period of not less than 2 years. So the court fit decide to give me 5 years imprisonment. They fit decide to give me 10 years imprisonment, depending on the gravity.
Yes.
You understand? Because I fit decide now, say, I want sell vote, but no be only me there. I can't go organize my entire community, make them sell their vote. You know, say the gravity in that particular scenario, they different. Say now only me now sell my vote, or say now only me want buy vote. I use a particular community. So that goes a larger sense. So now for the court to decide the scenario and decide the punishment, but the law actually talks, say, not less than. Me say the minimum wey court fit give you for that scenario na 2 years imprisonment or 5 million naira fine.
Hmm.
You understand? So if you see a situation like that and court decides, okay, make this person collect 5 million naira fine. Now, based on the scenario,
Okay.
on how the thing be. So there is punishment. And now the punishment no be just one person. Most still use that 3-person scenario what I bring before. If now the agent, for instance, that agent they liable, he can be punished. And the law no end here. There's another clause that was added to it. Say, okay, we go bar this person from contesting election for a period of time. So if, say, that agent now,
Yes.
or the politician,
Yes.
or the person who is selling votes,
Yes.
these 3 persons can be barred from contesting election. So maybe I want contest for governor, or I want contest for this thing. This law now don't actually talk, say, okay, for so period of time, I know they entitled to contest election.
Both the seller, the buyer, and the middleman.
Thank you. So you don't cover everybody entirely. So now why the law they try make this thing very clear, as strict as possible, to ensure that people do not take advantage of the process. But if I even ask questions, say, okay, is it really working? Now the next question we will go ask ourselves.
But before we get to that question, like if, for example, the agent feel say he won't do one for your oga, he can go run the runs, but the principal, that's the person going go with the contest, no say anybody buy vote or induce people on his behalf, he still dey liable for punishment.
No, he no go dey liable, and it's say all these things na scenario.
Okay.
Most times when you are in court, they go fit open the scenario to know what is actually involved, right? To say, okay, this person acted on his own, although there are instances, say, okay, this person is an agent of this person, so it is believed that he's receiving instruction from his principal. You understand? But if all this scenario now no really point out to link the person directly, then say this say I explained before, say, okay, if we say, okay, we like this man,
yes,
he no even send us.
Exactly.
We decide on our own to go do our thing.
Yes.
And then it backfire. Now we will run that package. In that sense, we are the one that are liable.
Punishment.
Yes, we are liable for that offense, because the law now no make them specific. Say, okay, an agent or a principal will bear the responsibility of an agent. If you put on that way, I feel that a lot of politicians will fall in for it, because strictly speaking, there are people that admire other persons, and even if you no send them to do something on your behalf, they will do it.
So, but what about the political parties? Is there punishment too on them if maybe an agent of the party do one for one of their contestants, whether they know or they don't know? Any punishment for the political parties?
For the law now, the law did not expressly give punishment to political parties. So which means political parties, they in a way safe a little bit. You understand? But there's nothing that will affect your candidates that will not affect the political party. I don't know whether you get the point I try to make ahead. Because if, for instance, the politician is held liable,
yes,
right, and he is to serve a period of time imprisonment, you say it's just like your candidate is already on his way to jail. It's not the fact that, when you look at political offices in Nigeria, apart from the top executive positions, others do not have immunity. So a sitting senator now can go to jail. It has happened before. Oji Uzor Kalu, senator from Abia State, am I right?
Yeah.
He also went to serve his prison time. You understand? So if you look at all that, whether you are a sitting senator and or you are holding a particular political office, as long as that office does not grant you immunity,
yes,
you actually will go in for it. If you talk, okay, maybe it's someone who has immunity, you go say, okay, wait, in time finish. When in time finish now,
you go collect.
You go collect wetin you supposed collect. You understand? So that's just how it operates generally. So political parties are in a way safe, but it also has a wider implication, because the political parties are the one bringing out these candidates. They are the one fielding out these candidates. So it's also a dent on their reputation. Say, okay, see the kind of person who they bring, can't give us. and all that stuff. So there are other things generally that political parties have penalties for. But for this particular one, the law did not spell out expressly that, okay, political parties should be punished for the offense of the candidates.
Okay. Now, we've been talking something now. See, all of these laws, these penalties, this punishment, but the question now whether the law they work. So give us the answer to that one before we now go to who actually the people they responsible, for, like, are you supposed to go and report to them, or even if you don't report, then see them? And how come, even with all of these sanctions, no any correction, no any punishment, INEC itself, where do they come in these cases?
Okay. So if you look at the entire scenario to ask whether the law is working, I would say to an extent, the issue we have in Nigeria is not the absence of laws. We have these laws, but human nature will most times override a lot of things. And I'll use Ekiti as a case study to explain a lot of things. Now, this law have been spelled. You look at it in a piece of paper and say, wow, beautiful.
Yes.
The arrangement is beautiful. But human will try to look for a lacuna.
I got to call it a loophole.
Loophole. You understand? So when you see that there's a situation, a law has been beautifully set out, say, okay, people go say, okay, let's sit down and also look at this law. How we go take run our package with this law no go catch us? That is where the Ekiti State scenario came out. Now, if you look at analysis that came from Ekiti, they said it has even been reported that I'm not sure that in any particular election, money has actually changed hands the way it did in Ekiti recently, which was just last month.
Yes.
So imagine a situation. How were they able to bypass this thing that security agents could not detect? You will ask yourself that question. Now, they introduce what they call vouchers. Maybe so. You just like say, okay, I want to go buy something for a particular, or I've been shopping in a particular mall. And at a point in time, I'll be giving maybe a voucher, 50%.
Like a woof discount. They will give you small woof. Oh, you they shop with us. You don't win this one to reduce price for you.
So next time while they come that place, even if no be me buy, but as long as say I get that paper, I feel use that paper, go collect the benefits from that particular supermarket. That was what transpired in the Ekiti State scenario, because they don't look this thing and say, okay, security personnel were on ground to detect this thing. You look at EFCC personnel were on ground, ICPC and other security agencies. So how one take bypass this scenario? So they will just come to a polling unit, say, okay, vote for party A, take this paper. At the end of the day, go and collect 2 mudu of gari from Mama Emeka. You understand? So you must come with proof that you actually voted party A. Or make sure, take this voucher by 5 o'clock exactly. Go to Mama Nkechi and collect 2,000 naira. And this worked very beautiful because money was not exchanging hand in the polling unit. So you cannot say I was induced in the polling unit to vote. So these people were actually induced, like their votes were sold at the polling unit, but they got their, will I say, reimbursement now. Maybe hours later, you go and prove that, okay, I voted for party A and collect your 2,000 naira and collect your 1 bag of rice or whatever was promised you right at the polling unit. So did this work out? It worked out very well for them. Now you see that they've been able to look for a means to bypass the situation, because the security agents can only prove what they have seen.
Yes.
And they were stationed at the polling unit. No security agent will come and be following. Maybe in a particular polling unit, you have 200 persons that came out to vote, and you have maybe 15 security personnel deployed to that polling unit. You expect 15 people to follow 190 people or 200 people to their various places to go and confirm if these vouchers were actually used to induce voters to vote for a particular political party. So the laws generally are there, but the human nature to cheat generally is always there, most times to override these instances. But have there been instances where the law has taken its course? Yes, there have been instances. Even in the last FCT election, I know that a particular agent was caught with about 17 million naira.
Yes, there were arrests. They showed us, but what happened after that?
It's not right now. I don't know what transpired after then. However, there are other instances. The last time I was here, I made mention of the scenario in Akwa Ibom State, where the returning officer is currently serving prison
jail time.
Jail term.
Agreed.
You understand? So these are some of the instances that are available. Now, for them to prosecute, it is not my duty to pursue that. Now, the power to prosecute lies within the state. So if there's a crime, in law, we say a crime is an offense against the state. So you didn't commit an offense against me. Whether it is the offense of murder that you say, okay, individual is involved, or the offense of rape or other offenses, it is a crime, quite all right. But you didn't commit that crime against me, you committed it against the state, against Nigeria. So it is not my responsibility, even though I was directly affected, to pursue that. It is for the state to pursue that. And when you look at the larger picture, there are matters that when you look at, okay, in the office of the Attorney General, for instance, they can look at the matter and say, okay, we don't have enough proof. This matter will die here. Because if we take it to court, we know that we are going to lose. We don't have enough facts to back this case. It's so easy to see that, okay, somebody was arrested. Quite all right. But there are evidence that we need to link to prove the particular case. So when the office of the Attorney General, for instance, have reviewed this, that, okay, we don't have enough evidence to pursue. You know, it's one thing to go to court. It's another thing to end successfully in court, because the court, I always say, was not there with you when this thing happened. So it is the evidence you present before the court that will be used to give judgment. So in a scenario where you don't have enough evidence, most times issues like that will die in that institution. In this particular case, you know, INEC has that powers to prosecute for electoral offenses. But when they don't have enough evidence, for instance, to pursue, you know that you have what they call legal opinion. Your lawyers will advise you that, okay, this is the situation of things, this is the situation of things. Put A and B together. If we go to court, no matter how beautiful you are looking at it on the outside, we don't have enough evidence to prove the ingredient of this case. And as such, it is better to let it either go aside, or we gather the necessary evidence before going to court. That's why sometimes you see some matters and say, okay, this matter don't take long. Why they never carry and go court? But you don't understand what is happening at the back. But when you now say, okay, you have enough evidence to prove this case, you have everything, and then the institution on its own part fail to take matters to court, and there will come the talk, say, okay, something is involved. Maybe something don't pass hand, or situation don't, one thing don't connect to another, that is leading for that not to be taken to court. And you look at Nigeria, I always say we have stronger individuals and stronger institutions. One person now fit take one decision wey go affect an entire institution, and everybody go keep quiet. Go say, I no get power to pursue this thing. No be this man, you know, a big man. Anyhow, even if we go court today, he go favor him. It's just the way Nigerians rather have looked at the entire institution and lost faith in our institution. So most times, personally, I don't blame citizens who react that way. It is because it is what people have seen over a period of time. So in the long run, you know, say, now so it be. Our laws are there, they are working, but it's not that easy most of times, because the loopholes, people always capitalize on it. The last time I also give an instance, okay, campaign, you say presidents, for instance, now should not spend above 10 billion naira in whatever expenditure they are doing. But you now bring a fine of them to pay 10 million naira when the audit, or maybe they fail to bring audit and everything. If someone who has the money to spend 10 billion, what do you think with 10 million? It will be easy for him to repay, even though if you look at this amendment, most of these figures were even taken up, because at some point in time, for instance, the offense of vote buying was capped at 500,000 naira. But in today's Nigeria, what is the power of 500,000 naira? You keep it aside. So that's just how it is generally.
But so which institutions get the work of to make sure say this vote buying no dey happen? You get, and with everything away you don't explain, say yes, law dey, but the implementation no dey. No be wetin go continue to dey encourage make people dey do am be that.
Okay, I will begin with the institutions. Now, there are a lot of institutions. In fact, Nigeria have institutions that are, will I say, duplicity of institutions. Because, for instance, you look at EFCC and ICPC,
Yeah.
their role, most times they always get little conflict. Because if you look at maybe Section 43 of the EFCC Act, for instance, now, it gives EFCC so much power.
Yeah.
Where we say their power, they cover the ICPC, for instance. Because the Establishment Act of the EFCC, they give them that power to go over financial issues, economic issues. So even if not just money, but anything that pertains to the economy, right? And economy indices, just like how we talk about vote trading. I talked before, say it's not necessarily money, even other things generally, maybe food items and all that. Those are things that can induce. Now, the EFCC, for instance, have that power. On the day of election, they can make arrests. Because it's not only, most people think, say, EFCC, they are on just to follow
the big
politicians or Yahoo boys, as is commonly seen lately. But even in such instance, because it's an economic crime, and they give money to get something, it's more like what we call bribery.
Yes.
You understand? So they bribe you to carry out an action. And bribery now, EFCC also have the larger part of it. So you are bribing a candidate, because now for me, now which I will put them expressly to vote on your to vote for your political party. So they have that responsibility. They can actually prosecute. The ICPC, the same thing. Even the police. But when you talk about the police have limited powers. But generally, you can see that the most empowered security agency in Nigeria is the Nigerian police. Most people don't know that, because even for offenses that the police, you might look at it that they don't have direct jurisdiction, they can arrest you for that. The only thing is that at the end of the day, you can be transferred to the right agency where you go and answer your question there.
Yes.
You understand? You've seen instances where maybe the police will arrest somebody, and that matter at the end of the day will get to DSS.
Yes.
Or that matter at the end of the day we get to maybe road safety safe.
True.
You understand? That's because they are empowered by their act for a lot of civil matters generally. That okay, if this is going on, but they will do what they are to direct sin. Now, when you look at that, even INEC, they have the larger responsibility. Most people don't know that INEC have what we call prosecutorial authority. Means say INEC fit carry you go court. You must say fit carry INEC go court.
On all this vote buying matter.
Yes, not just vote buying, on a whole lot of other things generally. So INEC, that's why if you look at most cases in court, for instance, maybe somebody is suing a particular political party, you know, go only sue that party, go come join INEC as a party.
As a
You understand, defendant. So in that scenario, because anything will affect that decision, INEC must also take a decision. If maybe they are fighting for a particular political party to be deregistered, they go add INEC, because at the end of the day, which person will deregister that political party? It is still INEC. So the judgment will be binding on INEC. So that's why you see that INEC itself is a corporate body. Just like say for corporate world, say this is a company. This company, whether the oga die today, another person will assume the company continues. You understand? Because that is how INEC is. It has its corporate entity.
Yes.
So even if the chairman there today come out, another person will come back and take over this thing. So they can actually sue. They can take you to court, and you can also sue them, either to enforce or whatever you want to do generally.
Yes.
So INEC also have this power. Say, okay, this person like make mistake with this our Electoral Act, wetin the person do is an infringement on the Electoral Act itself. So we get this power to protect the sanctity of this Electoral Act. So person wey don do this thing now, we get the right to carry you go court. So in so doing, they can prosecute the matter, and if judgment is given, it's in their favor, fine. If it's not in their favor, they can always appeal and all. So INEC is an institution. The police is an institution. The ICPC is an institution. The EFCC is an institution. So there are a lot of institutions that have these responsibilities.
But to stop vote buying, vote selling, especially for the scene.
Yes.
Okay, now, no vessel. You don't call plenty of these people. Now, we're not talking maybe 1 people, 2 people, 3 people. Most of them, they send most of their officials, Abi, to where these elections, they happen. So why they know they stop this vote buying, vote selling? If they talk issue of evidence, especially if we go back to the Ekiti situation, there were videos. Videos, how come nobody, no head don't roll in these types of matters?
It still boils back to my earlier conversation. Now, if you bring video, like you have video evidence, quite all right. But does it add up all together to make up a complete evidence? I will explain why.
Okay.
Hope we no rush. You understand? Okay, you see people for video. What is the assurance, for instance, say, okay, you know that these authorities generally will have to trace these individuals, isn't it? What is the assurance of easily tracing these people? That's one. I'm not saying it's not impossible.
Yes, no, I hear you.
I'm not saying it's not impossible.
Nice.
It is. But what is the assurance? And what are the, say today now, people can actually bring a video and tell you it's AI.
It's AI.
Even if it is not AI. You understand? And the fact of trying to distinguish this thing is another issue most times in court. So I tell you, this video did not come from us. This video came from a particular place. Now, for you to come and start proving, most times it becomes difficult. It is easier when the security agencies are there firsthand to witness this thing.
Okay, so
and then when they now fail to do it, you now know that, okay, this person. Now, there is a punishment for that. Even the Electoral Act spells out punishment. It's more like under the criminal code, for instance. Say, okay, I see person we won't commit suicide. I tell and say, oh boy, go and commit suicide. Wetin concern me? You understand?
Yes.
You have a responsibility. We know that suicide itself, attempted suicide, because if you committed the act, you don't go. So attempted suicide itself is a crime. You understand?
Okay, is it still a crime? I said they don't on crime. It's still a crime.
It's still a crime. Now, it's just a push. And you know that our laws in Nigeria are domesticated in every state. So if, for instance, now Lagos State wakes up today and say, okay, people who attempted suicide should undergo rehabilitation, it only affects Lagos State. But the criminal code, for instance, is applicable to southern Nigeria. So I'm quoting that exactly, which is still a crime. You understand? So you now failing to prevent that person from committing suicide, you have also committed another crime.
Aiding and abetting.
That's on the one hand. So when you look at the security scenario, there is a punishment for that, and it stipulates even the security agencies, they have a responsibility. Their responsibility is to the states, not to an individual. So if an agent or a security agent has been sent to a place and then he fails in his responsibility, there are punishment for that.
For them too.
And those punishments, most of the times, are not just, apart from the fact that even the Electoral Act now highlights this scenario, there are certain disciplinary measures that can be taken at the level of each security agency. Sometimes now, they will give you maybe one place, or they transfer you or demote you. I've seen where serious security officers, even one here, who drove against traffic and was demoted. So there are certain punishment that can be given in that regard. So when a security personnel is there and fails, or maybe you see him, he just do like say no, even see him, just come out high.
Instead of getting
he has his own punishment on that side. So that's just it generally. And when they have such proof, it is easier for them to carry on because they were there physically to witness it. So they can even serve as witnesses in court to prove that, okay, I was there. This thing actually happened. So we saw it firsthand, or we were able to make this arrest, and all these things will be documented. But when it's now left, maybe 3 days after, that's when videos start circulating all around. It becomes really difficult to prove.
Okay, just quickly as we finish, some people normally go say collect the money and vote your conscience. Does that make sense?
It doesn't. It doesn't, because now most times if you look at political parties or people who are trying to induce you to vote, you must come back with proof, or they will have an agent who will be looking at you somehow. So there must be a proof that you actually voted that particular political party. If you witness, maybe you've gone to some polling unit, you see maybe fighting erupting. So someone will say, okay, I gave you money to vote party A. You went to vote party B. Because in a way, they have a way of seeing this thing. And at some point, there were times where people will go to polling units, they say, okay, snap your vote. It happened at some point in this country. Say, snap the party you voted for, come. If you show us proof, then we'll give you so amount. It happened. So if you look at all this scenario, it's not you voting your conscience. You collected money and you are voting. You are not, except maybe you collected money at the end of the day, you go vote the other way, and there's no way for them to verify. That one is a different case scenario.
But as a lawyer and a Niger person, this vote buying, vote selling, you think saying something will go ever end?
Now, I will say largely, vote buying is tied to the economic situation in Nigeria. Largely, because if I get money so much, or I can live comfortably, I no go polling unit today. Maybe person come induce me with 5,000 naira. 5,000 naira wey most people who even transport to go and vote is even their transport on that day. You are now giving them 5,000 naira to do what? Or I don't talk before, say even as low as 1,000 that they give, say go and sell vote, or give you to buy your vote. So if the economic situation changes, largely it will end. However, but if we continue like this, let's be realistic, it will take time. It will take time because the economic situation is not really favorable even to the rich. You know, at some point they say we get upper class, middle class, and lower class. But currently we are saying we have just the upper and the lower class. We don't come on middle class from the whole scenario.
Last words as I let you go on top of this program today.
Okay, for that, I will just say vote trading generally, it actually no make sense. So on no circumstance, because it's more like you are selling your right, your conscience for a period of time. Person go say vote this particular political party, take so amount. But at the end of the day, you discover say that money where they use give you, these people must recoup it one way or the other. And it is still through money meant for the states. And they go take commodity. So anyhow, they must collect their money
back.
And collecting their money is when they see, okay, people are no longer willing to collect money. They will sit up on the real responsibility, the real reason why people are going into offices. People go wake up today, say they want contest political office. No aim, no ambition, no vision, nothing. They just feel say, okay, I get one person for Abuja, where go push me. And that's all. And at the end of the day, they get there, and the first thing on their mind is to see to get back what they have spent. So that's just it.
Thank you so much, Justice Oga Esquire. Say you come share very, very valuable insights on top of this matter of vote buying, vote selling.
Thank you.
And for you, where we say you watch and listen to us, the yarn today don't show say matter of democracy and freedom of choice. No be about all this bribery, all this selling and buying of votes. The right to vote now one of the most important and very powerful rights where country people get. When you buy vote or you sell vote, the election no they show the true will of the people anymore. The law don't talk and say a criminal offense to buy votes because they show fairness, equality, and public confidence inside our democracy. Not be only INEC get the work of to protect democracy or security agencies or courts them. Even we country people the power dey our hand to protect our democracy. Our votes suppose show our mind, our will, not our circumstance. Thank you, say you dey with us. Remember, your votes na your voice, na your power, and na your contribution to take shape the future of your community and your country. Abeg, no salam. Knowledge no dey finish. If today yarnings open your eyes, e sweet you, not keep am to yourself. Share this program with your family, with your neighbors, and with your friends. Follow our station for more episodes of Know Your Right. Sake of say, country person wey dey informed, wey know wetin dey, na stronger and powerful citizen. No surrender that power for temporary gain. Shine your eye. Report anything election offense through the right authorities then. Exercise your democratic right responsibly. And if you get more questions, just send them to us through our social media pages. We dey every platform at Christ Said Radio TV. Your question will become part of our next program. No forget, say you fit continue to dey follow us, to dey like us, to dey love us, to dey do everything wey you suppose dey do with us on all social media platforms at Christ Said Radio TV. Our website na www.christsaidradioandtv.com. My name na Princess Anyana. Stay informed, stay protected, and bye for now.